Frosty the Snowman, riding with Polly.
Okay, now let's go ahead and put our thinking map, our tree map, right next to us so that we are all ready. Okay, now I have my name at the top. Please make sure that you have your name at the top. And I will also put my name right over here. Boys and girls, I am noticing that many children are not putting their names. How do we know whose work it is if you don't have your name? Please put your name at the top of your paper. Always, always, boys and girls. Get in the habit of doing that. Now you'll notice here that I did put numbers. This is going to be sentence number 1 on our tree map. This is going to be sentence number 2. And this is going to be sentence number 3. So if you would like to do the same thing on your map, if you have not done it already, go ahead and do that. Okay, you can always pause the video and come back whenever you are ready. Okay, let's go ahead and do the first sentence. Okay, now remember the first sentence starts right up at the top. Remember, Frosty the Snowman, then we come down here, is alive. That's our very first sentence. Now remember, we are going to start always with a capital, but this is his name. Okay, so all 3 of these words need to be capitals because that is Frosty's name. That's his whole name, Frosty the Snowman. See, that's his entire name. So all 3 of the words need to be capitalized. Okay, so we give them all capitals. Okay, Frosty the Snowman is going to come down here, is alive, finger space, alive. Now you can just copy. Alive is not an easy word to spell, neither is his name. So you can just copy right over here. That's what it's there. It's there to help you. And we're going to, let's see, put a period right there. That's the end of our sentence number 1. Okay, and I'm going to check it now. And I want to show you something very important, okay? Remember that when you check for capitals and you make it green, don't just make it a green. Look at it. Make sure that it is a capital, okay? I see some children just making it green, even when they don't make a capital. No, 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 that's not correct. You have to make sure that it is a capital, okay? Now, if you would like to also make these other ones over here, capitals, green, if you'd like to make them green, that's just fine. But really, it's just mostly this one here. Frosty the Snowman is alive. And we've got a period. So we'll go ahead and do our punctuation, okay? And checking our finger spaces as well. Making sure that all of our words are separated. And if they were not separated, we would have to fix that. Don't just start putting yellow everywhere. Make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure that you are separating the words. Okay, now let's go to sentence number 2. Okay, now we're going to cover this portion up, remember. And we're going to do this word right here, he. Sentence number 2 is going to be he can run and play. And that's going to go right here. Now, boys and girls, you have done a lot of writing right along with Mrs. Schmidt. And today you're doing it with me. So I would like you to do this one by yourselves if you can. Please pause the video and see if you can go do this one all by yourselves. Okay? I would love it if you can. Now, if you don't feel comfortable yet, that's just fine. You can go ahead and do it with me. I will do it right now. So if you're going to go do it, pause the video. Don't watch me. If you need help, then watch me. Okay, he, capital. Now, remember, when I'm checking to see if this is a capital, I cannot make it green unless it is a capital. So if you didn't make a capital there, you'd have to erase it, okay? He can run and play. Now, make sure you're putting finger spaces in between, okay? It's very important. Don't forget about those. Period at the end. Okay, now remember, if I had made a lowercase h, I couldn't just make it green. No, no, no. You make the green to say, oh, yes, I did a capital. You can only make it green if it is a capital. Okay, so be sure that you do not do a lowercase at the beginning of a sentence. It has to be capital. Okay, he can run and play. Oh, yes, and then we need a red period at the end. So hopefully our friends that are trying this by themselves did all of this, okay, and they're coming back and checking to see how we did. And we have our finger spaces in between our words. Perfect. Okay, now we are on sentence number 3 now. See, we did 1, we did 2, now we are over here on 3. And right here, we're going to cover this up because we're not going to use the title up there. No, no, no. We're going to use this word, he. He has good friends. Now, I know Mrs. Schmidt used the word also. He also has good friends. If you really like that word, you could add it here if you would like. But it's really not necessary. You could just say he has good friends. And so I'm just going to write he has good friends. Now, I am not going to do this sentence with you. You have to start learning how to do this on your own, okay? So I will show you when I'm done, okay? But I really need you to pause the video and go and do number 3 sentence all by yourselves, okay? He has good friends, okay? So don't forget to start with your capital. And then when you're all finished, then you will check your 5-star writing, okay? Check all 5 of them. If you don't know what these say and you don't know what they are, ask your parents and they can help you. Or maybe you just remember what the 5 stars are. You maybe don't even need to read them. You probably know that you need a capital and that you need a period, that you need finger spaces, that you need to write neatly, and that you need to make sure that it makes sense, right? Those are the 5 stars. Okay, now, once you've checked, up here, you can do your picture, okay? So you have 3 things you're going to do by yourselves. Sentence number 3, 5-star writing, check, and your picture. I will go do mine, and then we will come back and see how we did. I will be back in a snap. And here is my picture. Didn't that come out lovely? I checked all of my 5 stars. I made sure that I had capitals at the beginning of all of my sentences. And remember, if you didn't have a capital, don't just make it green. I had my red periods at the end, and I had my finger spaces. My writing is neat, and I made sure that it made sense. And this is how I did it. I read the entire thing. It says, Frosty the Snowman is alive. He can run and play. He has good friends. So, yep, it makes sense. Gave myself a check there, and I did my picture at the top. Now, I can go ahead and keep this right inside of here so I don't lose it, okay? That way you have everything together when you need to turn it into your teacher. You did a wonderful job today, boys and girls. Keep up the wonderful work.